All right, guys, here we go. Welcome in to the Collector Art House. With this saga continues with our marathon box opening of the Dragonlord Miniset. We got 6 boxes to go. We've opened 3 on the channel so far. So we're going for the baker's dozen, but I don't know how we're going to get there because it's not easy to find. It's not easy to get more boxes. And today we're going to open a box for Patreon supporter Nick Huskinson. All right, Nick. So good luck to Nick. What I want to do first here, the theme of this episode is talking about pricing of the Dragonlord mini set. So is pricing settling in for the Dragonlord mini set? Well, you have 14 listings as of this recording of the Dragonlord box at $390 is the low on TCG Player. All right, so $390 for the box. This product MSRP'd at what? $59.99 was it? About 60 bucks. So what we want to look at here is the foils as the big hitters. So as of this recording, once again, we have the Dragonlord foil. The low on that card is about $700. All right, 700 bucks, pretty wild. But there's only 3 listings, so as you would suspect for a product that's extremely rare, that a lot of stores don't have it. Pretty much just Gen Con goers have it for the most part. And now, stores are starting to get trickles of it. Local communities getting a bit. Cornerstone events, people competing, winning a box, perhaps. It's tight, guys. So you got the king is the Dragonlord avatar at about 700. You have the Dragonlord's lair at 333. Only 6 listings. All right, so 333. And when I showed the pop report last time, that was one of the ones that were a bit more rare. Here you go. You got the Shrine also at about 700 and only 2 listings there, right? So, the price data is not that reliable because people are just kind of fishing for prices and there's not a lot of supply out there. You have a very extremely low supply condition, but interestingly, some of the other foils are really starting to settle in now. Here you go. You got about an average price around $200 to $25. You got the Antonitum, the Zerfen Kranrol. I tend to use a bit of an accent when I can't pronounce the thing, to mask it a little bit. The Talam Dreg at 225, the Ignis Rex 250, Moonsong at 202. Interesting. I thought Moonsong might have been a little rare. Oh, and Kairos at 275. That one is pretty desirable. You got the Draco at 200 and Celestis 255. Wow. Cradle only 154 only. And the Vaden Draconis 150. Okay. So let's take a look at the pop that's out there on TCG Player. Again, it's quite rare, very rare here. So we have let's start with the Dragonlord. I think we said what? Oh, okay. So the Shrine, that is non-foil. The non-foils, just touching on that briefly, they're all pretty accessible, right? If you only need a handful or so for your deck, that's not going to set you back too badly. It's really the foils as the big chase collectible. You only have 3 listings of the Dragonlord, the Avatar himself. So, and that makes sense that that's going to be expensive because everyone's going to want that. So you have natural demand. It doesn't mean it's the most scarce or the most rare. It just means it's the highest demand because if you want to try to play with the Dragonlord and you want to bling it out, of course you can get the non-foils, 31 bucks, no problem, right? It's not too bad. Granted, some people are going to be upset because relative to MSRP, it's quite a bit, but it's accessible, let's just say. All right. You don't have to have all of them. You can play with that at a reasonable price. So the Lair 333, only 6. The Shrine, only 2 listings. That one's quite pricey in there, 700. And then when you get into the 200 to 225-ish tiers, you got 4 of the Drag. You got 6 of the Cradle at 154. So there's more available. Maybe that's why there's some price pressure. Moonsong at 202. The Zephyrin at 215. Kairos 275. There's 6. So 3 of the Conrule, 6 of the Kairos, 4 of the Draconis, 7 of Antonitum, 216. Ignis Rex, around 250. There's only 4 of those, 3 of the Corvos, and 5 of the Celestis. All right, so pretty interesting. There's about 3-ish to a handful of each. So they're out there. And as people start to open, they're starting to collect them all, as they say, right? All right, so what we need to do is we're going to remove that. We're going to add to the stage the box to break this evening, this day. If I get it right, I always fumble it a little bit. All right, so we're opening for Nick today. There it is. We got our X tool. We're going to slice this bad boy across the top, so keep his box in nice shape. So the Barish brothers are working on their acrylic case. I believe they had said that, so they didn't have like a prototype. I think something happened with the company. They didn't have like a box with the wrap, you know, to really get their pristine, precise measurements that they needed. So they went out there and I think they purchased a couple of these on the secondary market. And now they have it. They could get those precise measurements, and then because it's to millimeter spec, right? It's fit for purpose, pristine fit, perfect fit for the acrylic cases from Barish. So Barish is going to have acrylic cases for these in due time. Now that they have the product and they can measure sufficiently, they can get that printed and get it into production. Now, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on with tariffs and imports. So, you know, unfortunately, it looks like costs are going to go up. It looks like there's some kind of rule change was going across the socials about the exemption for the $800 or less rule, you know, where you're still going to have to pay that import tax importing from overseas. So I don't know. I'm not a import export or like George Costanza. All right, we got some sticking here. Some people are saying maybe these are all Team Covenant boxes, I believe, and people are saying they were observing less sticking with the Team Covenant. Sticking was a thing in the boxes from Gen Con, so I don't know if there was some extra heat and humidity, or I don't know, man. Just from that batch, that was a little different and anomalous, but the Team Covenant ones seem to be in pretty good shape from what I could tell. Oh, but right there, we had two that stuck together. So the Shrine, the Kairos, the Cradle, and of course, we're anxious to see what that foil is. There's the Ignis. We got a Sticky Stick. We got Draconis. And then after Draconis comes the foil. Because of sticking, we got the barcode card that kept poking its head out there. And the hit is, if I could separate these. Oh, is it? That is the Dragonlord. Oh my God, the third Dragonlord pulled on the channel. My personal copy, the first Patreon box, and now here is another Dragonlord. As of the time of this recording, a $700 card, the full art and foil variant Dragonlord by Ed Bear Jr. from the Dragonlord Miniset. Sorcery Contested Realm. Extremely rare, extremely valuable. Everybody wants it. Everybody wants the avatar and foil. Congrats to Nick. Appreciate you giving me this opportunity to open for you. And thanks to you all for sharing this experience. We'll see you very soon on the next one. Please like and subscribe. More openings to come. Take care.